Motherhood, the scariest hood you will go through. Whether babies are bullies and the significant others are a bonus child, the struggle is definitely real in these streets. Hey mamas, welcome to Let Mama Live. I am so excited to be here with you for another episode of our podcast. I hope that you are enjoying everything that we are offering. If you are new to the podcast, don't forget to press pause and go listen to our introduction episode where you can hear all about the different segments we have and you'll be able to follow along without a problem. If you are not new to the podcast, I want to thank you for coming back. Yay! Thank you for coming back to listening to what we have to say. I hope that the words that I offer you are encouraging and empowering to you to be the best mama that you could possibly be. I am Jen Pittman, mama of two, mama of boys, mama of a toddler, and an autism mama, and I am here to share with you the ups and the downs when it comes to motherhood, give you some encouraging words to help you push through and get you through your day, and then, escape our reality for a little bit. So I'm glad that you were here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode of Let Mama Live. So let's jump right into it. We have our mama moment. Mamas, I want to encourage you and empower you, uplift you by letting you know that you are so dope. Sometimes you have to give yourself a pep talk to get on your day, to get started, to get in the mood of motherhood. And I want you to give yourself that pep talk. Let yourself know how dope and amazing that you are. If nobody has told you already, I'm letting you know, y'all, you are so dope. It's amazing. Just the concept of bringing in a new life, a new being into this world, and then going through life, taking care of this being and helping them grow into functional adults and then seeing them flourish. Oh, the joy that comes from seeing them flourish. And as you know, here at Let Mama Live, we celebrate the joy in the struggle. So we know there is a little struggle, but in the times of those struggles, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself how dope you are. Look at yourself and say, hey, mama, I am so dope. I'm amazing. I'm awesome. I'm all that and a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself that pep talk. Remind yourself that you are dope. So in the spirit of dopeness, we're going to continue into our escaping reality segment. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about on the podcast this episode. And in reminding myself how dope I am, I decided I wanted to highlight my top 5 dope mamas in this escaping reality segment. Now, if you're new to the podcast, escaping reality is our moment to jump out of our reality and into the reality of celebrities or those mamas in pop culture to see what they're talking about and how we can relate. I know that their reality sometimes is not really a reality, but hey, it's fun because sometimes my reality, I don't know about you, is a little lame. So it's fun to jump out of my reality and into what they have going on to see what's happening in pop culture, whether it's music, TV, reality TV, whatever it may be. We're going to check those mamas out and see what they're about. So again, in the spirit of dopeness, I decided that I wanted to highlight my top 5 dope mamas. We had a period of dopeness last week that was amazing. It was just so much that I couldn't go without talking about it. I had to bring it up. So the simplest and easiest and coolest way that I could do so was by highlighting my top 5 dope mamas. And let's see who you think your top 5 dope mamas are when it comes to the celebrity pop culture world. Let's get started, y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my top 5 starting from, let's see, I think I'm going to start from number 1 and work my way up. My number 1 on my top 5 dope mamas is Ciara. Ciara is making a comeback, y'all. Ciara is out there leveling up. She's getting it on. She has Instagram blowing up with her Level Up challenge. And, I heard the song Level Up and I immediately loved the beat. I was like, okay, it's giving me the old school Sierra vibe. And then something said, Jennifer, go and look at the words and see what she's talking about, her lyrics, and see what she's talking about. And dude, she said, my lessons made blessings, and I turned that into money. I was like, girl, let's hear it. I love it. Like, never settle, keep grinding, and get on another level. She is speaking my language. And all I could think about was my program I have called Level Up for Teen Girls. And I'm like, yes, I have a new theme song for my program. It's all together. Sierra is doing her thing as a mama. She's not letting the old drama that she had stop her. She is leveling up every day, and I love to see her doing that and encouraging mamas to do the same. So moving on to my number 2. It's been a toss-up, y'all. I've had to kind of take this list and cross people off, move people around. So my number 2 I have as Serena Williams. Serena Williams, mama is not playing any games with y'all. She is letting y'all know that she is back. And she has gone through some things becoming a mama, but she's not going to let that stop her from doing what she got to do. But hey, you're not going to discredit her. You are going to know that she has gone through some challenging times when it came to bringing her daughter into this world. And she is proud of the leap that she has made back into tennis. And they tried to stop her, y'all. They did. They tried to stop her. They tried to say, hey, you spent too much time out, tried to mess up her ranking or whatever. But no, she kept it moving. And even though she did not win that match in Wimbledon, she did her thing. She did her thing, and she made all of us proud as a mama, and she encouraged us in her loss. She celebrated the joy in the struggle of motherhood. It is such a struggle to come back from having a baby and jump into the workforce, back into your profession. And she did it with grace. And I love how it's bringing attention to the challenges that we have as mamas when it comes to balancing work and life. It is so hard to have a life with children and balance that with work. It's so hard, and it's so emotionally draining. It's physically draining, and sometimes you just don't know if your employer understands the challenges that you have, that you're facing with trying to balance being a mom, trying to balance being a spouse if you are one, and balance all the demands of a job. And so I want to give my props to Serena Williams for doing her thing, to bringing that to light. Anything that brings this conversation to light over and over and over again, I'm all for. So Serena Williams did that. And then she was followed up by Beyonce. And Beyonce is my number 3. I know y'all Beehive, I'm sorry, Beyonce is not my number 1, but she is on my list, and she is my number 3. Beyonce graced the cover of Vogue, and her article or her interview inside of the magazine showed how real she is. You know, we don't hear Beyonce often. I remember when the article came out, I was surfing through Instagram and somebody was like, Beyonce talks? And we're like, yeah, Beyonce talks. She has something to say, but we rarely hear her. And sometimes I wish we did see her more and make her more real to us. It's like she's an amazing artist, and sometimes you feel like it's hard to touch her, not literally, but it's hard to relate sometimes because she doesn't talk. All you see are pictures, you see videos of her singing or whatever, and you might see snippets of her talking from the past, but she doesn't have she's not on interviews and things like that often. But in the article, Beyonce was very real again about her challenges becoming a mother, y'all. When we give birth to babies, that is a serious thing. We are under the knife sometimes. We are under anesthetics. We are going through it all emotionally, physically, mentally, all of that. We are going through it. And so Beyonce expressed her challenges when it comes to having her twins and becoming a mother. She stressed her challenges with her body after motherhood. And not only did she express the challenges of the snapback, as everybody calls it, but she embraced what motherhood offered her when it came to her body. It made her a little fuller. And yeah, she may be a little plump. You know, she may have a fupa. And if you don't know what a fupa is, you better Google it. FUPA. She may have a fupa. I have one too. But you know what I'm saying? The joy that we have when it comes to bringing in our children, it kind of overshadows all of that. And whenever we are ready to get back in shape, we can do it. We can do it. And I'm glad that she was very honest about comparing her experience in motherhood with her first child compared to the twins, when she had the twins, and talking about how when she had her first child, she jumped right back in and she lost the weight, and she scheduled a tour to help her kind of lose that weight. And then with her second delivery with her twins, it was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that crazy, because it is crazy. It's already hard that to accept the fact that you've gained weight after having a baby, but to jump right back in and start working out. And some people do it and they haven't even fully recovered. They're putting themselves through so much pain so that they can look nice and feel good. I hope only for themselves, but some people, unfortunately, they do it for the looks and the likes of others. And so I want to give Beyonce my number 3 top 5 dope mama. And I hope, again, the conversation continues to inspire fellow mamas to take their time when it comes to having children. After having your child, just take your time. Embrace what God has given you after having that child and keep it moving. You don't have to stop. Just keep it moving, and don't allow other people to dictate what you think about yourself. You know what I mean? So Beyonce and Serena are doing their thing. Sierra got us leveling up. And our number 4 is definitely hot out there, and she's doing an awesome job as a new mama, and that is Cardi B. Cardi B gave up a lot after having her baby. She was supposed to be on tour with Bruno Mars, and she later decided, after having her first child, that she did not need to go on tour. She wanted to be home with her baby. She wanted to take more time to recover, and she gave up that spotlight. She gave up that moment for her child. And I appreciate her being a new artist, a new mom. She's hot and popping, and we know that this level of celebrity is not often long-lived. When it comes to rap artists or R&B artists, it's not always long-lived. So she kind of sacrificed a little bit her career to be with her child and to be a mom and to take time to herself to just get rest after delivering a child. We need to do that more often, mamas. We need to take time to ourselves and be realistic about the fact that we're not feeling good. Unfortunately, there are several of us that out there that don't have the luxury to take a break. We might not have the financial backing to be able to take a break after having a child. So we take our typical maternity leave and then we're back at work. And unfortunately, sometimes that maternity leave is not paid maternity leave. So we are going without a salary. We're going without money to pay our bills, to cover costs in order to be home with our baby. So we have to bounce back real quick and head back to work. But you know, that's the thing about escaping reality. We're jumping out of our reality into the reality of celebrities, and they have the luxury to do so. And they also have a platform to spread a message. And I think that these 4 ladies so far are doing a great job with spreading the message of how important it is, the empowering role of being a mama. And I love them for that. All right, so we made it to my number 5, and I just couldn't decide who number 5 was going to be, and I ended up with a tie. So don't judge me. I got 6, but we're still going to call this top 5. My number 5 is going to Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss is from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, I watch Housewives. That is my guilty pleasure. I love the show, especially the Atlanta franchise. Kandi is doing her thing. She's a boss, honey. She is a boss. She is doing her thing in business, but she's also doing her thing as a mom. She's raising a teenager and a toddler, And I already know the struggle with the age gaps, y'all, is real. But when they get older, they are able to help a little bit more. So I appreciate that. But she's doing her thing, and she has expressed her challenges with mom guilt, with being away from her children because she has to work, because she's making and building a future for them, and hoping that her children understand. And I'm sure they do. But she continues to do her thing. She continues to be a boss. I admire that about her as an entrepreneur, and I'm sure several entrepreneurs who follow her definitely and support her definitely are admired by her drive and how she thinks of an idea and she push for it and make it happen, and either it works or it doesn't work, but she makes sure that she is doing her thing to make it happen. So I have Candy Burrs as my number 5, and Candy Burrs Tucker, I apologize, that's her married name. And then I have Tashina Arnold as another number 5. She tied with Candy, y'all. Y'all know Tashina, she played Pam on the show Martin. She's our girl. And what I love about Tashina is the bond that she has with her daughter. That she shows on Instagram. Her daughter has a beautiful voice just like her, and they have time in the car on their way to school or wherever they're going in the morning where they just sing songs and they converse and they have a good time in the car. It's kind of like a carpool karaoke in a sense. But I love seeing them sing together. I love seeing them dance together. I love seeing her root for her daughter. I love seeing her, show her daughter's talents through Instagram. And I hope that if I have a daughter, we have a similar relationship. I hope for that. So I love what she's doing. I love what she's showing. I love what all these ladies are doing. This is my top 5. If you see the podcast posted on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on SoundCloud, be sure to let us know who your top 5 dope mamas are in this celebrity world. Even though we're escaping our reality, don't forget to give props to your top 5 dope mamas in your life. Who are your top 5 dope mamas? I want to challenge you to show them some love, either social media or through text message if they're not on social media, and let them know that they are dope and they are doing their thing. They're inspiring you, and you want them to continue to do that. Give them their roses while they can smell them, while they're here on earth to be able to smell them. Do not wait until they're dead and gone to say, I love you and this is what you did for me. Share it with them now. So now it's time for Confessions of a Mama. This is my opportunity to confess to you the challenges that I face as a mom. Even though I help other mamas overcome their challenges with stress so that they can be the best mamas they can be, does not mean I don't have my own challenges myself. So today's confession is stop doing life and start living life. I'll say that again. Stop doing life and start living life. What do you mean, Jen? What I mean is we get into the routine of motherhood day in and day out. We wake up, we get the toddler, we take him to the bathroom, we feed breakfast, we do this, we do that. And we forget sometimes to stop and live life. Embrace your child. Feel the love, skin to skin. Give them some skin to skin and feel their energy. Take some time to play with your children. Take some time to teach them something. Take some time outside of doing life to live life, experience them, and live in the moment. That's why I encourage mindfulness. Mindfulness is being present in the moment, being aware of your surroundings, embracing your surroundings, loving your surroundings, being a part of your environment, and not just rushing through it like a race, not just doing life, but live life. That's my confession. I've had a challenge with that, and I'm working on that, and I know that other people can relate, and I want to encourage you to stop doing life and live life. Our final segment of this episode is Let Mama Live and Daddy Chill. And I don't have Daddy with me. I don't have a guest with me today, but I do have a message when it comes to Mama living and Daddy chilling. I don't know if you guys watched the show called Love Is. Love is a new show that comes on the OWN network. That's Oprah Winfrey's network. And it's all about love and how this couple met each other, fell in love, and the ups and downs that they went through in love. And it's based on a true story, based on the writers story. 90% of it is from their story of how they met. But they had this one episode on, it was episode 8 that aired last week. And in that episode, the young man who is in a relationship had a fight with his son's mother. And in the midst of that conflict, that young man's mother put him in his place and let him know the sacrifices of a mother. And let me tell you, this clip is floating around Instagram, so I'm not going to recap it too much, but it's floating around social media and it's there, and mamas are sharing it and retweeting it and reposting it over and over and over again, because this is an ongoing battle for a mama. For them to show to their significant others, for them to show to their co-parent, their fellow co-parent, for them to show to their spouse the sacrifices that we make as moms. We sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our energy, we sacrifice our resources, we sacrifice everything to make sure our children are where they need to be and they are able to do what we want for them to do to help them become functional adults and flourish. We do that. And big ups to the dads that do that. There's several dads that are doing that on their own. But, the show is about mamas, so I'm kind of highlighting our mamas. But we sacrifice so much, y'all, and all we want is appreciation. All we want is understanding. All we want is for you to see how much we give and give and give and how little we receive back in return, even if it's just a simple thank you. So if you are a man and you are listening to this, or mamas, if you have a significant other or a spouse or whatever you may have, play this for them and let them know. Please, please, please show appreciation to your woman. Show appreciation to that mama. Let them know that you see them. I see you. I see what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing. And all I want to do is say thank you. Either say thank you or show your appreciation in another way, whether it's cooking dinner for a night, cooking dinner once a week. Hey, more than a night, once a week. Cleaning up, taking care of the babies, letting her have a night to herself. It's so many ways that you can show a mom how much you appreciate their work. And I know that I preach self-care. Self-care is a message that is being spread far and wide in our social media world. But sometimes we need care from other people. And sometimes we need support from our significant others to give us time to provide self-care to ourselves. We need you to take the kids so that I can have a moment. We need you to cook dinner so I can have a mama moment. We need you to take the kids outside and play with them so I can have a mama moment. We need a break. That's all we need. So find a way to show appreciation to mamas. And mamas, find a way to show appreciation not only to yourself, but to your fellow mamas. It's all about celebrating the joy in this struggle of motherhood. That's what Let Mama Live is all about, and I'm encouraging you to do that. I want to thank you for tuning in to Let Mama Live, the podcast. This has been great. I enjoy sharing my top 5 dope mamas with you. Be sure to share your top 5 dope mamas with me, and be sure to show your appreciation to the top 5 dope mamas in your life some kind of way. Show them how much you appreciate them while they are here to enjoy it. Again, thank you for joining me on Let Mama Live, the podcast. And in the meantime, continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. Remember, those are 3 affirmations that I give to you to help you push through when times get tough. Look at yourself and say, I am bold, I am confident, I am courageous. And keep grinding, because we know this struggle is real. The Let Mama Live podcast is sponsored by The Blackout Photography. Check out his work on Instagram at SnapGame, and check him out online at www.theblackoutphotography.com. That's THE blackoutphotography.com. Thank you for your support.